In this video, we're going to take a look at solving polynomial equations by rearranging. So rearranging is an excellent way to solve if you have one term with a variable in the equation. If you have more than one term with a variable, rearranging is not going to be the right choice. But if you do just have one single term that has a variable with it, then you absolutely can solve by rearranging. So anytime we are solving by rearranging, we are trying to use order of operations backwards. So that would be BEDMAS, but in reverse, which gives us SAMDEB. Now, exponents, logs, and trig all hold the same priority, so they all kind of go together when we're rearranging. But we're not going to see any of those because we are doing polynomial equations today. So if I have this equation, it says 5 times 2x plus 3 to the power of 3, take away 9, equals 616. So the first thing I would like to do is try to move any addition or subtraction that I might have. I'm just going to see if this is more in focus. Well, maybe a little bit better. So I do notice that I have addition here, a plus 3, and I have a subtraction here, which is a take away 9. Now the plus 3 is inside of a bracket, and brackets are all the way at the very end of the line when we're doing reverse order of operations. So I can move the minus 9 by adding 9 to both sides, but I can't touch that plus 3 in that bracket until we get to the bracket part. So I'm going to add 9 to both sides of my equation. So I will be left with 5 times 2x plus 3 to the power of 3. 9 take away 9 is 0. And then 616 take away 9 is 607. Oh, wait, I needed to add 9. Sorry about that. 616 plus 9 is 625. All right, so I can't touch the addition that's inside the bracket. We are trying to get x by itself. So the next thing I would look for is any multiplication or division. So I do notice that we are multiplying by 5, and we are also multiplying by 2. The 2 is in the bracket, so I cannot touch that right now, but I can cancel out that multiply by 5 by dividing both sides by 5. 5 divided by 5 is just 1. We're not going to write that in. And then 2x plus 3 to the power of 3. And 625 divided by 5 is 125. Now from here, I do have multiplication and addition, but like I said before, they are currently stuck inside the bracket, which means we're going to have to try to deal with that exponent next. This is a power of 3. The opposite of a power of 3 is a third root. So we are going to take the third root of both sides. Now, if it was an even numbered exponent, like a 2, 4, 6, or 8, I would also include a plus or minus in front. But since this is an odd number exponent, the sign we have is the sign we're going to have when we do the root, so we don't have to worry about having 2 solutions, we only get 1. The cube root of 125 is 5. So on this side, I will have 2x plus 3. I don't need the bracket anymore, it was only there to show the power. And then the cube root of 125 is 5. All right, so now that the bracket is gone, we're kind of making our way back towards the beginning of the list here. I have multiplication and addition. The addition should go first. So I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides. 5 take away 3 is 2. So I have 2x equals 2. And then I can finish off by just dividing both sides by 2 to eliminate that multiply by 2. And I get that x equals 1. Now, if I wanted to check my answer, not formally, but just to see whether or not I'm right, one good strategy is to take our number and put it back into the original equation and see if the left-hand side ends up equaling what's on the right-hand side, 616. So I'm going to do 5 times bracket 2 times my answer, which is 1 plus 3, close the bracket, to the power of 3, and then take away 9, and I absolutely get 616, which tells me that my answer is correct. All right, that does it for solving polynomial equations by rearranging. Check out the other parts to learn how to solve by factoring and quadratic formula.